What's the best way to get started with GoHighLevel for myself and my clients and actually learn it? The problem is not that GoHighLevel is too hard. The problem is that most people learn it in the wrong order, and that makes it hard. So in this video, I'm going to show you the exact roadmap how to get started, or maybe this way, with GoHighLevel as a beginner. So let's clear up real quick what GoHighLevel actually is. It's not just a website builder or a CRM, it's like a whole ecosystem, all in one for your business. So think about it like this. A business needs lots of different tools, which quickly becomes extensive and annoying to integrate with each other and expensive. And so GoHighLevel tries to replace all of them in their ecosystem, where you can build a website, capture leads, store them in your CRM, build workflows, connect all your social media, set up a calendar. I'm not going to mention everything, but you can do so many different things and track your leads and sales across the pipeline, create accounts for your clients, and basically run your whole agency or whatever you want to do, plus so many other features and literally hundreds or thousands of features at this point, allowing you to basically run your entire thing on GoHighLevel alone. And that is their unique value proposition and why so many companies use GoHighLevel. I think it's about 2 million now. But now let's skip that and actually talk about how do you get started with GoHighLevel. The first thing that I would do as a beginner step by step is I would start by setting up my account. Signing up for a free trial, link in the description, shameless plug, for an extended free trial, twice as long if you use my link to sign up. So it's a nice bonus. You're gonna wanna connect your phone and your business email, get your account ready, and considering also downloading it on your phone if you wanna have the app. It's pretty efficient, but you don't need it unless you want to. It's called GoHighLevel and you can download it from App Store or Google Play. Don't know why I'm telling you these basic things. It's not gonna have all the features of the desktop version, but it's a good way to get familiar and just have easier access to your account if you wanna check something in the bathroom or wherever you are. Now, the next step is to start testing things yourself. And that is because you can watch a billion tutorials of me. They're pretty good. You should watch them, but you need to experience the platform like an actual business owner working with it yourself. So start by sending yourself like a fake text, creating a fake contact booking and an appointment, and just get familiar with these features by trying it with some test data, and it will be way quicker once you're building your first real workflow because you know what you're doing. And so moving on to features. There are hundreds of features, but you only need a few of them when you're starting out. And so I'll dig deeper into these most important features, and later we'll talk more about how to start learning these. But first, here are my top features. So number one, and in no particular order, we have the Conversations tab. And this is kind of like your unified inbox where you integrate all your social medias, your messaging, email, etc. into one different place. And that's pretty neat. So when somebody sends you like a DM on IG or email or whatever, it's all in one place. You don't need to go to all these things and pick up your phone and answer your emails, and no, one place. And that's valuable because in your business, you can better manage your conversations and actually track history and track things properly across different channels. And so it's one of the easiest features to set up. Literally takes like 5 minutes to immediately show value to a business. That's why I started with Conversations. So next step is going to be Contacts and your CRM. And your CRM is where you store leads, put them in categories, in tags, and just track their history of what people are doing in your business, if they're buying, if they're still waiting to buy. You'll convert everybody, I'm sure. Instead of having like spreadsheets and sticky notes and random stuff, it's all in one neat place right here in your CRM. Now we also have the calendars, which is kind of designed like Calendly. It's very, very similar and it replaces it. And it includes booking automations and reminders and forms and all that stuff to reduce no-shows and make it really easy to schedule calls. Great for your funnel. And normally I think that costs like $50 a month. So it's just included for free, which is pretty nice. And then there's also the pipeline feature, and you can think about pipelines as kind of like a pipeline where your leads are moving through stages. So when you get a new lead, eventually it moves to a next stage, to contacted, to booked, to sold, or to whatever the refund, hopefully not. And if they book a call, you move them over to booked. And if they buy your offer, you move them to closed. Now the pipeline is a valuable feature to get an overview of your business and where all your leads are in your funnel, because a lot of businesses have no idea what they're doing when it comes to this stuff. And now finally, we have the workflows. And this is kind of like the heart of GoHighLevel, not literally, but kind of. And it basically integrates into all the other features. So you can set up like triggers that automatically fire events or actions with these workflows, and it can be pretty much anything. Workflows, they really take your business and automate it to make it more efficient and less stressful for you. So you can set them up and they're pretty good. You should definitely do that. Now moving on, the number one mistake beginners make when starting is not starting, but the number one mistake they make after starting, and I've done this exact mistake, is you log on to HighLevel and you start clicking around. And after about 10 minutes, you feel like, what is this page? What am I even doing? You feel overwhelmed. And so the problem is that you're trying to learn the platform tab by tab instead of workflow by workflow. And I know just buzzwords, but I'll explain. Because GoHighLevel isn't just about memorizing features, it's about making a business problem more efficient or easy. So instead of thinking about the different tabs and features, think about what you're trying to solve and what simple thing you can use to fix that. And that is the best way to learn it. So you learn what's useful. And for example, let's say you're helping a barbershop, I really need a haircut, trying to grow their business. The problem is very simple. You're trying to get more customers, and customers are constantly messaging them on different channels, they're just DMing them, they're calling them, and your barber guy, one person, is replying manually all day between haircuts, trying to at least, but he's gonna miss a lot of messages. He's not gonna respond to every call, he's going to miss things, and customers sometimes just don't show up because they forget about the appointments. And it's a golden opportunity to use HighLevel, because what you can do is you might create like a simple workflow like this. The customer clicks the booking link to your calendar, they choose a time on the calendar, and the information gets stored in the lead or in the CRM with the lead, and they automatically receive a confirmation text and email, and they get sent a simple reminder before the haircut. And after the haircut, you automatically send them an email or a text with a form to give them some reviews and ratings on Google Maps to boost their future business. And that one simple system already teaches you basic features that we talked about, like context, conversations, workflows, blah, blah, blah. And HighLevel is a workflow-based software, and you will understand it way faster once you actually start using it. Moving on, let's talk about features you need to ignore. Not forever, but they're very useful at some stages. But when you start, you should probably avoid these features unless you have a specific reason to use them. And that's because in the beginning, they're just going to confuse you, and they're more powerful later on once you're already set up. And so the first thing I recommend skipping in the beginning is going to be the advanced reporting features. I mean, you can obviously go into as much detail as you want to, but before you have a lot of data, there's no reason to go into all this, small intricacies of the reporting dashboard. And there's also no need to explore the full app marketplace. You're going to get overwhelmed. There are just so many different things there, and same for the advanced integrations. The whole point is to avoid integrations as much as possible and try to keep things in HighLevel. But if you really need it, fine. You have to integrate some things, use an API. But to make it easier, I would try to migrate your existing software over to HighLevel rather than just making your system even more complicated because you don't want to move over to HighLevel fully. It's going to save you a lot of money and time in the future. Even if it's a little bit of a hassle right now, it's going to be worth it. And then there's the SaaS mode, where you basically repackage and sell the HighLevel software to your clients with your branding. I talk about it in another video, which I'll leave in the description. And that's really powerful, but you should be familiar with the software before you try to sell it to somebody else. So it's probably not the best idea to start with it. So for my little conclusion here, which I'm sure you've been waiting for, what is the fastest way to actually learn GoHighLevel? And it's to break things. You learn more using the platform for 30 minutes than watching tutorials for 30, or maybe not 30 hours, but 5 hours. So sign up for a free trial down below, click some of the things, test it out, break it. I promise you're gonna learn it so much faster. It will feel overwhelming for about 30 minutes and then slowly fade away, and you'll be sitting there with the most powerful business software.